Welcome to Life Salon 360 podcast. I'm Drea Smith. We continue the Peace and Dignity series, a 3-part mini-series, and we are on episode 3, The Exit Wound, Leaving Religion Without Losing Yourself. Our core message, you didn't leave God, you left the box they put God in. Our anchoring quote, you didn't leave God, you left the box they put God in. Our opening affirmation, I walk in truth, not tradition. I am guided by the divine within.
My mind is infinite, limitless, alive. A mirror of the cosmos where wisdom survives. No cage can hold it, no lie can bind. I think in galaxies, not confined.
Welcome back. I'm Drea Smith, and this is Inspired by Drea, Life Salon 360 podcast. And today's episode is for the ones who have dared to walk away, not from truth, not from spirit, but from the doctrines that distorted them. It's about the exit wound, because leaving religion can feel like a breakup with your soul until you realize you were never leaving God. You were leaving the false image of God that was never true to begin with. Fear of backsliding, let's name the fear. If I leave the church, I'm backsliding. If I question doctrine, I'm in rebellion. That's the wound speaking. That's indoctrination kicking in. Because when control is spiritualized, freedom starts to feel like sin. But what if I told you that following your inner truth isn't rebellion, it's a reunion? What if I told you that you weren't backsliding, you were walking forward into your divine remembrance? They taught us to fear what's outside the system, but freedom is always outside the system, because spirit can't be caged, and your relationship with the divine doesn't need a building or a title to be real. Let's talk about salvation, not the fear-based version wrapped in guilt and hellfire, but the deeper, metaphysical truth. Salvation was never about escaping punishment. It was about awakening from illusion. The illusion that you were separate from God, that you were born in sin, that your body, your intuition, your joy was somehow a problem to fix. But you are not a mistake to be saved. You are a light to be remembered. That your body, your intuition, your joy was somehow a problem to fix. But you're not a mistake to be saved. You are a light to be remembered. And salvation, it's simply this: remembering who you've always been. It's reclaiming the truth of your divine essence, not begging for a love that was already yours. Spiritual reverence versus religious control. There is a difference between reverence and control. One honors your divinity, the other demands your obedience. Religion in its purest form can be beautiful, a path, a community, a guide. But when it becomes a cage, when it punishes your questions, shames your evolution, and polices your experiences of the sacred, you are no longer in reverence. You are in control, disguised as holiness. God doesn't fear your questions. God doesn't require your submission. God requires your truth. There was a moment years ago when I realized I couldn't stay longer. Not because I stopped believing in God, but because I started believing too deeply. I started to feel the divine in places the church said He didn't dwell. In the stillness, in my body, in nature, in silence, in breath. And when I started naming that, the whispers began. She's falling away. She's lost. She's backsliding. But what they couldn't see was that I wasn't lost. I was leaving the performance of religion and stepping into the presence of God. I didn't walk away from faith. I walked into it on my own terms. And yes, it hurt. The rejection, the shame, the distance from people who once called me family, But you know what I gained? Myself. And with that, my relationship with God became real, unfiltered, unforced, and finally free. So in closing, you didn't leave God. So if you walked away, this is your reminder. You didn't leave God. You left the box they tried to stuff God into. You didn't backslide. You expanded. You remembered. You returned to the God who lives within you, to the truth that can't be tamed, to the freedom that doesn't need permission to be holy. Our closing reflection: where did I confuse obedience with connection? And what truths am I now free to explore without fear? Our closing mantra: I didn't lose God. I found the divine within me. I honor my path. I trust my knowing I am home. This has been the Life Salon 360 podcast. I'm your host, Drea Smith, and I have a bonus episode. We're going to get into episode 4, Peace, Dignity, and the Mirror, Healing the Church Hurt Within. Until next time, and so it is.